信を確認。
Hi guys, this is AC Game back with a new video. Now in today's video what I'm going to be doing is taking a look at the tier list for Revived Witch. Now Revived Witch will be coming out in a couple of days, so I wanted to make this video going over which character is the best, going over the tier list so that you guys can also know which characters you want to focus on when you guys are re-rolling. And I believe they give us a free reroll where we can actually do 100 summons and we are guaranteed to get one UR character. There is, I believe, 4 UR characters we can actually go ahead and reroll for, we could pick. And hopefully this is going to be helpful so you guys can know which one you should go for. Now I'll obviously make separate videos on this as well, going over who to actually reroll properly later on when that game actually comes out, and the reroll guide and all of that stuff. But right now I'm going to be focusing on some tier lists. Now obviously this is just taken off the CBT. We have only had one closed beta so far with Revived Witch. We took a look at the skills, we did take a look at the gameplay as well. Obviously we'll be making several content on this game when it comes out officially. This is one of those games I'm actually excited for its release because yeah, it looks very fun. So with this tier list I will be using a specific website. I believe it's called the Revived Witch database or stuff like that. I will go ahead and link it down in the description so you guys can go ahead and take a look at that. So with this tier list, it is separated like this. You get the destroyer characters on the left side, assassins, guardian, healers, mage and compellers. So if you want to look at specific ones you want to go for, just basically look at the side they are in. Now for S tier, this is the current S tier characters. So we have 1 2 3 4 5 6. One of them is a destroyer and one of them is a guardian, one of them is a healer, 2 of them is a mage and 1 of them is a compeller. As I go through this tier list, I will be going over the skills for each individual character. Well, I will focus on the S tier characters and then later on I will focus on the other ones at the bottom as well. But yeah, for the first one we will take a look at Ella, who is ranked as S tier. Now she is a destroyer character, so you can expect her to deal a ton of damage. Now what makes her a very good unit? Well, she is a UR grade character, so there is UR grade, there is SSR grade, SRs, and then below there isn't that many UR characters in the game, but she's one of the best ones in the game to actually go ahead and reroll for. Actually you can't actually reroll for this character in terms of the free reroll they give us, the free 100 summons they give us. You can't actually get this character there, I don't think. So if you guys do intend to reroll for this character, it'll probably be later on. But yeah, she is a AoE damage dealer. She reduces defense of enemies, and you already know in several games, other games out there, reducing defense of enemies is always going to be very helpful and always going to be meta. So the fact that she can also do that is fantastic. So that's why she's at S tier. Is there any other specific skills I want to take a look at? Well, recovers 2.5 of health per second and reduces damage taken by 10%. So that is one of her skills as well, which makes her very nice. That increases her survivability. She also has the ability to dispel buffs from enemies and reduce the attack by 20% for 5 seconds. When in dragon form, also reduce the physical defense by 30% of Ella's attack for 10%. This character is absolutely stacked, and when she comes out in a banner, I will definitely be rolling for her. I feel like she's one of those characters you should specifically go for. Obviously I'm not sure if you can get her in other banners before her specific banner, but yeah, she's a fantastic character. Moving on to the next S tier character, we have A Fallen. Now when I was making my gameplay video on this character or on this game, I did focus on A Fallen because I feel like she's absolutely broken in terms of a good defender cast character. So what does she do? She's able to grant shields equal to 24% of max HP and takes all damage dealt to allies within the next 10 seconds, during which physical defense and magical defense are increased by 50%, 54% for the first 2 seconds. She's immune to all damage. Now this is obviously her ultimate or special ability. However, as you can see, this is absolutely nutty. Able to tank very much, able to be immune to damage, which is completely broken. She's also able to dispel buffs from enemies, and reduce the magical defense by 40% of a fallen's magical defense. Now with a passive, auto cast Holy Radiance once after taking damage 15 times. Now this is actually going to be that one character I recommend people to reroll for. She's absolutely nice, absolutely going to make your team survive harder content in the future. So yeah, if you guys want to go for her, you can go for her. She is a lolly character, so I can't really say waifu for her. But anyways, moving to the next character, we have Tuonel. I'm gonna butcher that character's name, but why is she good and why is she S tier? Now Tuonel is a healer class character, so very helpful. Healers in this game are going to be very nice to have. So with her ultimate, she's able to heal all allies for 96% of Tuonel's attack, which is wow, and grants them a shield with the same stats for 5 seconds. That is absolutely nice. Going over to enhanced ability, heal all allies for 30% of Tuonel's attack per second for 10 seconds, and places Night Wish on them for 10 seconds. Night Wish increases those attack by 24% of Tuonel's attack and damage dealt by 15%. So she is a great buffer as well with that ability. What else makes her very nice? She's able to grant 1 chaos energy every 4 seconds. Now, as you can tell right now, with all the characters I've gone over right now, so I've gone over 3 characters, all of them sounds absolutely broken, and that's why you can actually tell that all of them are going to be meta characters to go for. Now with Tuonel over here, the grant 1 chaos energy every 4 seconds is absolutely going to get abused. That is nice to have, especially if you want to use more of your attack. This is going to be amazing as a passive. What else is she able to do? The heals is obviously going to be nice, and the buff of and the fact that she can also increase her dole's attack is going to be absolutely fantastic. So far 3 characters that are absolutely nutty. Now moving on to the next S tier character for the mage side, we have Menua. Now Menua is a great single target attacker. Personally, I prefer the first 3 characters I talked about over Menua, but she is still a great character to go ahead and grab. I don't really want to spend too much on her because I feel like the other 3 characters just sounds a lot more better. Now moving to another mage character that is absolutely good to have is Manuel. I'm butchering the character's name, but what makes her absolutely good is that she's able to do AoE magic damage, and she also has the ability to heal your allies at the same time. So great sub healer if you guys want to add her in your team. But yeah, obviously you focus on getting your normal healers. But if you guys want to survive more, having Menua and Tuonel is going to be absolutely nutty, and your team will definitely be surviving most content. Moving on to the last S tier character, we have the Compeller character, which is Minami. Now what makes this character absolutely good is the fact that she's also able to heal your allies. She's also able to do huge amounts of AoE damage, and she also has the ability to increase your allies damage, which is absolutely good. So I can already see a top tier team being already formed with these characters. Get Amela, get a Fallen, get Tuonel, get Manwa, and get Amanami. Those characters are going to be very good in one team. However, I think that will be too much heals, because Tuonel heals, Manuel Mayanal heals as well, and then we also have Aminami who also heals. That would be maybe too much heals, but you can also switch out Manuel and add Minya instead. But yeah, those are all the solid S tier characters. Oh, there is one more S tier character, which is Ushio. Let's take a look at what she does. Ushio is a AoE magic damage character. She has the ability to stun enemies. Now this is great CC because stunning can be very nice if you want to stop the enemies from attacking your allies. This ability is going to be very good, especially if you're going against a boss that you feel like the damage is going to be too much for your healers to actually hold back. So you can stun the enemies instead and then heal at the same time or defend your allies at the same time. So yeah, those are the S tier characters. Now moving on to the A tier, I am not going to specifically go over the skills too much. I'm just going to brush through it very quickly. So the A tier destroyer character, we have Yui. Now why is she good? She is an SSR character, so you can actually get her quicker than most of the UR characters. She is a single target physical damage dealer, and that's what makes her very good. If you want to have explosive damage, she will be there for you. Next up, we have Akasha. She is a UR character, and to be honest, she's one of the weaker UR, no, actually not weaker, but compared to the other UR characters I talked about, she's relatively not a character I'll tell you guys to reroll for. Now why is she good? She's just a basic single target damage dealer, and yeah, nothing too much to talk about her. Moving on to the next A tier guardian character, we have Celadania. Now what makes her good, she is a UR character and she has solid AoE heals, and she's also, I believe, able to reduce the defense of enemies or reduce the damage you take, I think. Next up we have Sinicia. Now why is she good? She has the ability to heal a single ally, and she also possesses an AoE heal. Now there isn't actually an A tier mage character, but that's because there is like 3 broken mage units that are deserving of the S tier rank, so you can actually go ahead and prioritize getting either one of them. I believe some of them are SSR, so it's going to be much easier to grab as well. So yeah, no A tier mage units. Next up in A tier we have the Compeller characters. The first one we have is Guvid. Now why is she good? She has an AoE and magic damage, and she's also has the ability to heal. Next up we also have La Sirima. She has AoE damage, magic damage, and she has the ability to stun, which is going to be quite useful as well. Next up we have Arcana. Why is she good? She possesses an AoE heal. So that is it for the A tier. Moving on to B tier, we have Krypton. Let's see what she can do. Now she possesses an AoE heal and it also has single target damage. Next up in B tier we have this dual units, In and Lu. So they are a single target damage and they don't specifically do anything too much. Next up in B tier we have Lorne. She has the ability to support allies by redirecting damage. She also possesses an AoE damage, and she also has the ability to dispel enemy buffs. So far in S tier there is other characters that can dispel buff. She does have AoE damage, which is also going to be great. Moving on we have Flora. Now Flora is a free to play character because you can actually go ahead and grab her for free, well assuming you are able to finish off the event. So she is a UR character. Her skills is increase attack and defense and magic defense of all allies. She also possesses AoE heal, and she also reduces all allies damage taken. Wait a minute, that sounds absolutely nutty. So why is she only B tier? I think she should probably be in A tier personally based on the skills, but yeah, she is still a great character you can go ahead and grab. She's obviously free, so if you don't have any good healers you can actually go ahead and use her. She doesn't possess too much of a healing capability, but because she's able to buff up your allies attack, defense and magic defense, I feel like she's going to be a great character to go ahead and grab. Next up we have Norn. Now Norn is an AoE healer. She reduces allies damage taken. Moving on to the next one, for Mage we have Pakane. Now Pakane just basically does AoE magic damage, nothing too special. Next up for the Compeller characters we have Tama. She possesses an AoE heal, and she can also heal your front row characters. And I believe that is it for the B tier characters. These are all the C tier characters. These are characters you shouldn't reroll for, but they are okay to have. Hopefully you guys like this video. I have gone over the tier list for Revived Witch. When the game is officially out, I will be making several guides as well as top 5 characters in the game, as well as characters to reroll for, as well as the reroll process. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you want to get notified when those videos goes out. It's been your boy AC Gamer, and I'm out.
Was it the voice? Was it the fire burning in me? All of the noise turned into choirs of harmony.